cool though. I've never been here before. This microphone's really cool. It looks like an afro, you know. It looks like the one like Bill Cosby had before he like raped all those people. But beforehand though, so it's okay. That's too real. I can't start off with something that real. I saw a picture of him recently though, and he does not look good. Like a recent picture of Bill Cosby. He's got like that one eyeball that's like sticking out, you know? He looks like he went up into space and like someone took off his helmet and like his eyes were just about to pop out of his skull. It's yeah, he's kind of a shitty dude. Does anybody like Taco Bell in here? Someone does? You're an animal, because that stuff is disgusting. It's probably the worst food ever. I can't eat it anymore. It's like my body rejects it. It won't even take it in. Last time I was at Taco Bell, it was about like 1 in the morning. Which if you're at Taco Bell at 1 a.m., you should be arrested for a DUI immediately. That is not a sober decision. That whole line of cars is just drunk people. And if I was a cop, I would just sit outside of every Taco Bell late at night and just hand out tickets as they get their nachos and shit. But anyway, so I got my food, and I was driving home, it was late at night, and on the drive home, my stomach, it started churning. But my food was sitting next to me. I hadn't even eaten it yet. And it was as if my body had known the destruction that was about to ensue. And it like growled at me and made that noise. It's like, oh man, come on man. It just, yeah, I can't do it. Because no one even knows what the meat is. Like, does anybody actually know what they put in there? Sawdust? Yeah, I've always thought it's like cow meat, and they grind it up and they mix it in a bowl, like just a giant pot or something. And then they find like, I don't know, stray dogs in the parking lot, fucking throw them in there, like some illegal immigrants, and just mix it all together in this giant pot and put cheese on it and wrap it in a tortilla. Yeah, I can't eat there anymore. I had a job interview about like 2 weeks ago, and it went really well up until the end. And it was going really good, and then she said, all right, the last thing we need from you is we need you to pass a drug test. And normally I'd be like, oh, perfect, you know, like, I'm down for that. But it just so happens the night before I was doing drugs. So I wasn't feeling too confident about this. And so I asked her, I was like, so what day do I have to do this test, you know, to see how much time I had to, like, buy someone's clean urine so I could pass this drug test. And she reaches into her desk and pulls out this little Q-tip looking thing. And she goes, oh, we're doing it today. And in my head, I was like, oh, I'm not going to have a job. And it's weird. I've never seen one of them before. They're like little sponges you stick under your tongue. And it like gathers your saliva, and they test that somehow. I'd never seen one before. It looked like it was like from Star Trek or something, some new technology. And so she handed it to me, and she said, okay, put this in your mouth for 5 minutes. And then I was like, okay, listen. That's what I tell my girlfriend. You can't use my own lines on me. Like that's not how this works. It was ridiculous. So I was all nervous. I was like, dude, there's no way I'm gonna pass. I should just get up and leave. She doesn't know who I am. I could just walk out. She'd forget about me eventually. But then I remembered I was applying for a job at the Josephine County Parks, and I thought marijuana is pretty much a prerequisite to this job. I think it's a requirement that you have to be on marijuana to work for the Josephine County Parks. But so I told my girlfriend that story, and she's not really that smart, and I told her about how nervous I was, and like I didn't think I was gonna pass, and she literally said this to me. She was all serious. She looked at me and she went, well, maybe you should have studied harder. For a drug test? Is that what I should have studied for? I had to break up with her for that. But. My dad's getting older, and he's not good with technology at all. He was 41 years old when I was born. So I'm about to turn 22, and that makes him like 387,000 years old or something. And for his last birthday, he actually turned 63. For his last birthday, I decided I was gonna be a good son this year, and I got him like a laptop, like an actual real one. And he's never had one before, so I was kind of nervous. I thought I'd have to teach him everything, but a couple days in, he was like figuring it out, and like you could see the gears moving in his head. And I came in the house one day, and he was playing music off of YouTube. He like hooked it up to speakers. I was like real proud of him, because usually you have to show him how to do stuff like that. And I was wondering what song he was listening to, so I look on the search bar on YouTube, and I shit you not, this is what it said. It said, song that goes do-do-da, do-do-da-do, /Journey. And he found the song that he was looking for. Amazingly. Like, who even thinks to look for music like that? I was so proud, and then I got confused. And I don't know, that's my dad, though. Yeah, I started classes again, which sucks. My freshman year of college, I didn't know what I wanted to major in. And so at first I wanted to do psychology because I was like interested in that. But I found out like a weekend, you have to be really smart to do that. So I changed my major. And I learned a lot in that first week though. They said, you have anxiety if you live in the future. And if your mind lives in the past, then you have depression, which is true. And then I just switched my major to ancient history, which explained why everyone in that class was just so fucking depressed all the time. It was bad. But I'm the youngest in my family. All of my siblings have kids now. My brother just had a baby, so I'm the last one that has no children. And I think that's my best personal quality, is that I don't have any kids. That's like the one thing I got going for me. I have no children. But it's cool though, because I get to be like the cool uncle to all of them. Like I'm their favorite. They call me Uncle Shawnee. And I have this one nephew who's he's 5 years old, and he just asks the stupidest questions. Like they don't even make sense. He's like, "Do you put the?" And then they go to the, and he just stops, just halfway through his question. He just okay, and just walks away. Their brains aren't fully turned on yet at 5. I don't think they're still kind of in that like baby brain. But I don't know. This one time he came up and asked me. He goes, "Shawnee, is crap a bad word?" And I was like, "I don't fucking know." But I didn't say that. I said that in my head. And I go, "Well, I mean, I guess it is to some people, you know, you just gotta read the room." And he goes, "Is crap a bad word to you?" And I go, "No, but you're gonna be starting school soon, and I don't think the teachers and your mom and all the other kids would appreciate you know, running around saying that shit. So just don't fucking say that shit." And I gave him some candy and a BB gun, and I was like, "Get the fuck out of here." But yeah, that's it. That's my 5 minutes.